Welcome to Beyond Books at the Novi Public Library, and I am your host today, Margie Karpoper, Assistant Director, and with me is a special guest, a friend and a library colleague, Mary Robinson. So welcome, Mary.
Thank you for having me with you today, Margie.
I'm delighted to talk with you and share some wonderful things that we've got upcoming here at the Novi Library. But before we do that, can you give me a little bit of information of what perhaps is one of your job responsibilities here?
Yeah, so, of course, as you know, we all, the staff at Novi Public Library wear many hats, but one of the aspects of the library that I oversee is the music collection, and which right now is two components. One is I'm a selector for the adult and children's CD music.
Oh, great.
And then I also oversee the Friegel Music Collection. Now, if you don't know about the Friegel Music Collection, I encourage you to talk to us for more information because it's a really cool service. It's free downloadable music. It's from about over 5 million songs.
Wow.
They now offer music videos. I think there's over 10,000 in the catalog. And it's the good stuff. It's the Sony Music catalog. I mean, you have big artist names like Adele and Justin Timberlake and One Direction, just to name a few that have been, you know, in the news lately.
Would you have Elvis and Perry Como?
Well, of course, we have the classics too. We have all genres in Friegel music. And the great thing about this is you're only downloading the songs you like. You're not just purchasing an album and enjoying one or two songs. You're getting the music you want. And it's a great way to build your music collection.
And where does the name Friegel come from?
Oh, yeah, it's kind of a quirky, funny little name, but it stands for free and legal.
Okay.
So it's free with your library card. Novi card holders get 3 free downloads a week, and it's legal because we pay for it. So.
Okay. Good, good. Well, speaking of music, I was hoping that you could share a little bit about some phenomenal programs that we've got coming up at the library, and something that this is our 3rd year of offering. So I'd love to have you tell a little bit about Listen at the Library.
I'd be delighted to. I've been involved with this wonderful program since its inception, and we are going into our 3rd season. Listen at the Library was formed as a partnership between the Chamber Music Society of Detroit and the Novi Library. Their outreach goals matched our programming goals.
Great.
And a wonderful partnership was formed, and we called it Listen at the Library.
Okay.
3 times in the fall and 3 times in the spring, winter, spring. We have world-renowned musicians come to the library to give free family-oriented performances in the comfort and convenience of your own librry. What more could you ask for?
Perfect. So we're working with the Chamber Music Society and the Novi Library. Any other sponsors involved in that?
Yes, of course. This would not happen without the generosity of our sponsors. We're delighted that Nordstrom is a sponsor again this year. And the wonderful friends of the Novi Library, they always step up to the plate for us. And then all the hard work that the Chamber Music Society of Detroit pours into this.
And I know we always choose to do it on Sundays at 3 o'clock. Because that's our goal is to, as you mentioned, outreach and family and bringing it into an interactive.
Exactly. Well, and you know what? That's one of our objectives is to create a family-friendly space for this type of music. A space is created every performance right in front of the stage.
Oh, great.
So families can sit right up front, right in front of the musicians and get this up close and personal experience.
Yeah, well, I know that I've brought my grandsons and you've brought your kids, and they do sit right up in front.
Love it. Yeah.
And even though that they sometimes wiggle and maybe click along with the music, the musicians just kind of love that interaction.
Right. After every concert, my daughter wants to play a different instrument. So she's gone from violin to harp to piano.
Great.
Because she's right there and she's enjoying this incredible music.
And it looks so easy, doesn't it?
Well, they make it look easy.
That's for sure.
And
so when are they? starting?
Oh, sure. Yeah, the first one, and we really, hope you mark it down on your calendar and come and join us for the kickoff on September 22nd at 3 p.m. And we're delighted that Steve Wagaman, who is not only the president of the Chamber of Music Society, but he is a well-known music educator in the East and Midwest, as well as being a piano recitalist.
Great.
Yeah, he's going to provide some beautiful piano music for us.
Perfect way to start.
Yeah, and then November 3rd, Justin Hines is coming back. You might remember Justin Hines from Classical Jam. I mean, they really delighted audiences with their unique style of music. And he's a percussionist, and he's coming back to give a solo performance, and I'm sure it's going to be filled with a lot of really fun interactive opportunities.
And Justin is the one who has some Michigan roots,
he does.
right?
Yeah, we found out that I think he's from Napoleon, Michigan.
Right.
He said it was, someplace.
And a Zingerman's worker.
And he worked at Zingerman's,
so,
but lives in New York now, so we only see him on special occasions.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the fall season will end on December 8th.
8th it is, yes.
Yes, December 8th. And for the first time, we're going to have a singing component. Baritone David Small will be here. And I can only imagine the beautiful sounds that are going to fill our meeting room.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's
Well,
exciting.
I'm excited that you told all of us about this. So our third year, Listen at the Library. Great performers coming, and we invite everybody to join us. If you've never tried it, you really should, and if you've been here before, we don't even have to tell you how great it is. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
And I hope we'll see everybody at the library real soon. Thanks, Mary.
Thanks, Margie.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hi, my name is Margie Karp-Oper, Assistant Director of the Novi Public Library, and I'm here this morning to talk with my friend and kind of sister library, the Northville District Library, Julie Heron. She is the director there, and we are doing a Beyond Books this morning. So welcome. I'm happy to have you here with me today.
Well, I'm delighted to be here.
Good, me too. And what we wanted to do this morning is to talk about a fantastic program that many of our libraries around our neighborhoods are doing together. And this is our 4th year of doing this, and it's called Community Reads. And we, the Northville, the Novi, the Salem South Lyon, the Salem, and the Wixom libraries all do this together, which I think is such a wonderful thing that all of us try to share, and we get to meet our neighbors, and it's called Community Reads. So if you wouldn't mind, could you tell me what really Community Reads is all about?
Well, the 5 libraries are neighbors, and because we all belong to the same cooperative, we've been sharing patrons and resources for years. The directors of the 5 libraries decided that we should start sharing programs as well. Now, for years, libraries have had one community, one book, one read, but we decided to enlarge on the idea and have 5 communities read the same book and share their feelings about the book with one another through book discussions and programs at all 5 libraries.
So tell me, how actually is the book selected? What is the process that goes into that?
Well, it starts in the spring, where the libraries get together. They have a committee. It's usually the directors of the 5 libraries and librarians from each library. So about 10 or 12 of us get together, and everybody brings a couple books that they have selected. We try and find books that have a Michigan connection, if the author or the setting is in Michigan, or we find books that will appeal to a large range of people. We all bring these books, 2 or 3 books, and we put them all out on the table, and then everyone goes home and reads them.
Oh, wow.
Or as many of them as
So
possible.
you could have 20, 30 books that you're reading.
We could, but we narrow it down pretty quickly because one of the criteria is that the author is available to come and speak to us.
Okay.
And sometimes the authors aren't able to come, or we usually find someone who's a good speaker because the author presentation is a big part of the community reads.
Right. And I know this year we're doing a Detroit book. Detroit City is the place to be with Mark Bonelli. And Mark grew up here in Detroit, even though he doesn't live here right now. But so this is fabulous. With all the things that are going on in Detroit this year, you've selected a very important book for us to be reading.
And it's very well written. It covers the history of Detroit and the different ways that Detroit has grown over the years, and even has some glimpses of the future for Detroit.
Fabulous.
So it's a wonderful book, and it's certainly timely right now with everything that's going on in Detroit. And what happens in Detroit is important for all of us in Southeast Michigan.
For sure, and for the state. It really is. So Mark Bonelli will be the culmination of all of the Community Reads events that are going on. Each of the libraries has an event either correlating with Detroit or something with Mark Bonelli's book. And you can go to the website. The Neighborhood Library Association actually created a website that'll give all the information, and that's at www.my National Neighborhood Library Association, so MYNLA, and it's .info. So if you have any specific information, and I know that the culmination is Mark Bonelli coming to the Novi Library on November 14th to talk, so that should be phenomenal.
Yes, that's an always sold-out event.
Absolutely. And you told me who was involved, so you've got the directors and librarians, and this is our 4th year, and hopefully we'll be doing this for years and years and years to come. What do you think is the best part of doing the Community Reads program?
I find great value in the collegiality part of being with other librarians, discussing and choosing the book, and then having all our patrons read the same book. There's a great feeling of togetherness with our 5 communities that I like.
Yeah, the connection that we've built, besides just for all of us on staff at all the 5 libraries, but it's great to meet our neighbors who might not get into each of our libraries, and then we have a common thing that we're talking about. So I'm thrilled you're doing this. I know our state's got one coming up, the Michigan Read book, but it's more of a youth book.
Yes,
so this is wonderful that we're doing something for our adults too.
Yeah, I think the communities really appreciate it. I know all the books are checked out at our library already. I bought 25 copies, and they're all out. And I imagine there are waiting lists for them. So we're really thrilled that the book has gone over this well.
Oh, I know the last 3 years everyone's been so anxious for us to do another year, so I'm glad we're doing that. And you know, it's funny, a lot of people ask us to bring more authors in. So the Novi Library is doing quite a few kind of partnerships. We're doing one with Fox Run where 3 authors are coming in. And then there's a free event here at the Novi Library which, with the Women's National Book Association, and that's in October, on Wednesday, October 9th. So we've got 3 wonderful things for all the communities to come and hear great authors speak at our library. So this is beautiful news, and I look forward to hearing how successful the program is and how much our communities enjoy doing it. So thank you, Julie Heron, Director of the Northfield District Library. I appreciate your spending time with me and telling our communities all about it. So thanks so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm very glad to be here.
Good, thank you. And I hope that all of you out there in our communities will come and visit us at each of our libraries. Give us a call, come on over and visit, pick up a copy of Mark Bonelli's book, and join us once again next month for a Beyond Books. Thanks so much. Bye now.